We'll do it live.
No.
No, we're not doing it live on tape, like the Larry Sanders Show. We're just as good as the Larry Sanders Show. We're the #1 business comedy podcast in the world. There's 900,000 podcasts out in the universe, and we thank you for joining Sweat Equity.
Thanks.
Yeah, that other voice you're hearing is Eric Redinger. I'm Law Smith. We are Sweat Equity, a show about pragmatic entrepreneurial advice with dick jokes. Catch us on iTunes, Spotify, laughable apps. If you want to listen, if you want to watch, YouTube, Facebook, Vimeo. This show is sponsored by trygrasshopper.com/sweat. Get $50 off a business phone line with trygrasshopper.com/sweat. It hooks this enterprise up, this medium. We're an essential business.
Enterprise.
Yeah.
Starship Enterprise.
Paradigm. Big words this morning. We're doing this
Paradigm,
at
that's not
7 a.m. Yes,
making no sensey.
I'm a little tired, but trygrasshopper.com/sweat. You could call me on my business phone line and tell me how loopy I am. So you get $50 off. I use Grasshopper on my phone. I don't want to have two phones like an old school drug dealer. And trygrasshopper.com/sweat. We use the promo code from the show, and it hooked it up. GoFreshBooks.com/sweat. A lot of tax talk lately. A lot of people trying to get that stimulus check. GoFreshBooks.com/sweat. I just got my 1099 from a friend of mine that hired me. She did it through her FreshBooks account. Everything can be done through FreshBooks. And why not GoFreshBooks.com/sweat? You'll get $50 off, up to $150 off if you choose an annual plan that's a little bit bigger. You need a little bit something more robust. Dare we say girthy on this show? GoFreshBooks.com/sweat is the only way you'll get that promo code discount. Warby Parker. I'm wearing my Warby Parker glasses right now. They're prescription. They fit my fat head. If you go to warbyparkertrial.com/sweat, you get 5 free pairs sent to your place. You put in your prescription online, type it up, put it in, and you can get prescription sunglasses, prescription eyeglasswear, and if it can fit my stupid horse head, it can fit yours. Warby Parker.
You already said that. You have a big head. We get it.
warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. I look like John Elway's head. All right.
Just his head.
Just his head. He's got that horse head. And, of course, if you don't use any of those sponsor links, the best thing you can do is rate, review, share this with a friend, ask us questions, engage with the podcast. The best thing you can do is, hey, man, I know you're a little bummed out from being stuck at home right now.
And your dog died. Don't forget that.
My dog died, but I was talking to me. But
everybody's dog.
Everybody's dog died. No, but send this to a friend that maybe is a little lonely, because podcasts are getting people through this pandemic time. And it's like you're having a real conversation, but you're not.
Yeah.
Let's get this thing started. Aditade!
Boo.
God almighty!
Sweat equity.
Thought I'd forget, huh?
Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?
When we do these, we record these really early ones. I have to get up extra early just so I'm not like even worse than I am right now.
Oh.
What
time did you get up?
4:30, but went to sleep at 2.
Oh.
So, yeah. So fun times, but I'll make it up. I'll get nap time in with the kids, because now my life is part working professional / homeschooling teacher.
Yeah.
During the day.
Yeah.
And I'm trying.
You still have it easy, dude. The homeschool. They're not checking any of the stuff your kids are doing.
Yeah, but I would probably. Your kids are 7 and 4, right?
5.
5
and 8, almost 8.
5 and 8, and so my kids are 3 and 2, and they can't sit there for longer than like 15 minutes to do anything.
That's what I'm saying. Why bother?
Well, no. by homeschooling, I mean we're just going over letters and stuff, and I'm letting like Umi Zoomy or
They're doing all the heavy lifting.
educational shows that talk to the fourth wall, Mickey
Right.
Mouse Clubhouse. I've got a whole like, look, if there's parents listening and they need some shows that where the kids talk to the TV,
Dope ass educational shows.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Umi Zoomy, A Little Cat in the Hat
Yeah.
on Netflix. There's a fourth one I had. I had like Four Horsemen that I can just kind of put that on and maybe get 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. They'll watch and they're talking to the TV to figure out, figure out this pattern or something like that. So
We talked about this last time. That's what people are going to think this show is about.
I know, but
Reviewing kids' shows.
welcome
give
to
it
the
5
pedophile
peanuts.
podcast. Epstein's Island sponsors this podcast. No.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. That's another thing that's like all the news stories February and before fucking almost wiped out in everybody's head.
Right.
If you think about it, like Epstein's Island, that will be a thing that, and him killing himself and the whole like controversy about that'll be forgotten about because of all this. Just basically wipes all that out.
Yeah. Well, he did this. Epstein.
Yeah.
Coronavirus. It's all connected, man.
Could be.
Totally. It's not.
We need to get Sam Tripoli on the horn of the Tinfoil Hat podcast.
Yeah. Well, that's what he'll say.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that
guessing.
down. We need to get him back on. And now that everybody's cool with doing zoomies,
Zoom.
that I think we can get maybe some notable guests again.
Mm-hmm. No disrespect to former guests.
I doubt they're listening.
A little disrespect.
They're probably not listening. No, but I mean, someone that's like, I've got some comedian friends that they got a little bit of name notoriety, and then I don't know. I just feel like we can maybe step up our game and get some guests that I'll try to do, but like get some bigger guests that maybe bring more eyeballs to the podcast or
Sure, that'd be great.
earbuds.
Fantastic.
So, what's going on in your world?
The same thing as you, buddy. Just sitting around watching the kids devolve.
Have you lost your shit yet?
No, I'm good. I was saying
You're pretty
yesterday,
calm.
my life hasn't changed all that much, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
doing what we do, we don't have to go out and do stuff all the time.
Yeah,
We don't have a job to report to every day.
I've been working. Well, I've got one but
Physically report to.
yeah, but I've been working remotely since October for this new gig, and it's like, but I don't like working from home. Like I get distracted when I have the time sometimes because it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna like take 10 minutes and like you start cleaning up, and then you do the thing you do in college where you clean your place or clean your car before you start studying. Did you ever do that?
Oh yeah, I
You're
couldn't possibly study
You're
with
doing
this mess around me.
Anything, yeah, to avoid.
I could do any number of other things with this mess around me, but
Yeah.
not study or learn or get work done.
The only time the gravity bong was cleaned in our kitchen was when someone had a test.
Yeah, when you had a paper due the next day.
Because everyone's trying
It's
to
cleaning. This is dirty.
I'm gonna start studying at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
and the test is at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shit like that where you're just like, but this place is filthy. I can't work in a place like this. I feel like there's a lot of that going on, and then with this new normal of like, okay, well, you just have new protocols to kind of learn. I've tried to learn it. I almost want like a quarterback playbook, like, hey, when you walk
Cheat
in the
sheet?
door, make sure to wash your hands immediately, like that kind of shit.
Yeah. We're not that crazy at this point.
Look, I'm not that zany about it, but again, my thing is like, look, I'm with you mentally on it, but to put effort that way doesn't take that much more,
I know what you're saying. I
doesn't
could
take that much
definitely be
more
better.
energy.
Like, yeah, no, it's definitely me being lazy and just you're out and about. I think more interacting, probably a little bit more than we are at this point. But
I don't know. Y'all are still seeing patients, right?
not
The dental
not
practice?
normal. I mean,
Yeah.
only emergency stuff, and that's
And you're
rare.
pretty hygiened up. Hygiened up? Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
There are protocols for cleaning the mouth.
Yeah. So y'all's dental practice, you already are going to be squeaky clean over there. But I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird times. It's one of those things where it's like, we've talked about it a lot on the podcast. The hardest thing to do in business is change behavior.
Yeah, and then when it comes down to it, that's what everybody's trying to do to you. If you're trying to,
That's a personal struggle. There's a macro and micro. There's a personal struggle everybody has with that. And then there's a management style struggle that almost every manager has, trying to get the most out of the employees they have. And when we've initiated Slack for a lot of places, for a lot of groups, and it's like, look, I know it's a little clunky to get started if you've never seen it or heard of it before, but just think of it as like an internal chat, and anybody we add to it later can use it to search through everything we've talked about.
exactly.
And-
I when we first started working, I was like, "Fuck Slack, just
Right.
text me, man." And now,
And now it's the other way around.
Here, yeah.
I don't want to talk to you in any other form.
Right. Well, like
Except for
here,
here.
we're initiating a lot of different things. One of them, I was like, we all need to get on Slack because we're working with Sky and Serena Faison.
We should give a
you know.
shout out to Sky
Sky
Strategic
Strategic.
Marketing.
Thank you guys. Love you.
We're in their office in a beautiful old cigar factory, which I took a little artsy picture outside.
Oh yeah, it's cool inside. Outside, it looks like it's haunted.
It's very bohemian. It looks like a rundown place. It looks like a place you would see in an indie movie where like you're gonna walk into one room and there might be people on there's overlapping Persian rugs.
Yeah, people
and
living
pillows.
in there.
Yeah.
and
And it
Bucket
looks
for
like
toilets.
Inception when they're like they're going to the underground place to get the drip going.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's every time I come
And then
in
you walk
though,
in another room, it might be a ballet going on.
Right.
You're like, you don't know what's going
you
on.
been
in this
that
place.
spoon?
It's a huge building, and it's got like MC Escher like staircases
Yeah.
in here.
But it always looks a little bit better every time I'm in here, so that's exciting.
Yeah, but we're proud to be able to be in here and doing this within Sky Strategic Marketing. If you need any PR help,
Yeah. Anyways, I initiated Slack. I was like, "Wait, let's all get on Slack. Come on. And then just started going after it, and everybody bought in. It's nice. It's nice to get
Here?
people on board. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, because we got Serena's stuff that we're working
Serena
with Sky.
Faison with Trailblazer Podcast. Good job on
Yeah.
the artwork, by the way,
Thank you, Serena Faison Media.
and the website.
Yeah, we're getting some stuff
Is
going.
it SerenaFaison.media? Did I see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
.tv, SerenaFaisonMedia.com.
Yeah, friend of the program, been on
Bunch
a
of fun.
lot. If you want to go back in the episode catalog, but what I'm trying to think, like I've had a lot of people. I've been reaching out to a lot of people. We talked about this last podcast episode, 239. Jesus Christ, 239. I was talking about kind of this is the time to double down on relationship marketing, and so I've been really kind of following through on that. And the only thing I'm really doing is calling up people I haven't talked to in a while and going, hey, how can is there anything I can help with?
Just doing that into the phone.
Yeah. I go, what are you wearing?
Did you come in it?
Yeah. Or I'm bragging about how proud I am I changed my own flat tire.
Yes, you sent me a picture before and after.
Well,
Congratulations.
that was more logistic to go like, I hope I can make it over here if we were recording yesterday or today.
These are my potential problems.
Yeah. So
Wish me luck.
But I did it like a Japanese game show because I had to take over the kids. I had like 30 minutes. I'm like, can I do this? Or I had an hour, and then I go, all right, I'm gonna go on a walk. I'm gonna watch a YouTube video because you have to like get the shit. Every car has its unique way of doing it.
YouTube video.
Yeah, because you have to get it out of it's like an old shitty Yukon, so it has to like you have to put a key in the back of it where the license plate is to get it out, and then fucking turn it. It's
Yeah.
got its own system.
I wouldn't
right?
have needed a YouTube video. I would have figured it out.
I wouldn't have needed it if I didn't have a time crunch, and so it was that thing of like,
I'm on a
30
time crunch.
Well,
Quick, watch YouTube videos.
that's the cost benefit, right? And that's a micro example of like a lot of shit, right? And this is a dadism. Should I figure out how to do it properly?
Right.
Or should I figure it out? I think there's
caveman style.
there's some things that are good to figure out, right, on your own.
Sure.
And but with that, it's just like, this isn't my forte. I got a good engineering brain, but I don't want to sit here. I know watching this video and speeding through it, like skimming through it, an 11-minute video and skimming through 5 minutes of it, it's going to save me probably something I'm going to fuck up.
Yeah.
Like when you put the lug nuts back on, you got to do it in the star pattern.
Yeah.
I would have forgot that. That kind of shit. You know, like that little thing, I would have forgot for sure. So it doesn't hurt, but it's one of those things. It's like, okay, and I'm trying to memorize it too, because I'm like, I'm gonna fuck something up.
Yeah. I do
So-
the star pattern for anything that has screws that are all around.
Yeah, I mean,
be safe.
I remember having to do a trampoline for Santa Claus for my nieces, like 10 years ago, and it was like we weren't doing
Pulling
it.
the springs over.
We're all milk punch drunk, like this whiskey milk punch thing my brother-in-law makes, and then
Just regular drunk.
right as you're about to leave, he'll be like, "Hey, we gotta put something together," and you're like, "Fuck!" Like that was like 10 years in a row.
We don't.
No, that's the uncle's job. You have to do it. He needed another dude, and then like we were doing it where you put the trampoline and everything, just going around like a clock, and it gets real taut when you get to the to the halfway through, and you're like, "What?" We're all three guys are like, like trying to pull it.
Oh, man.
Not our finest hour. Anyway,
Pretty stupid.
I've been calling up people, and sometimes people are like, "What's up?"
What
you know,
do
like,
you want?
because to me that's more of like they're in panic mode. But I just go, look, I'm good at marketing strategy, just business strategy and digital nerd shit. I feel like I'm a pretty good resource for that. And I'm reaching out first to like business owner friends, you know, that to me that's kind of that altruistic thing you can do almost.
Yeah. People might actually use some help.
Yeah, and just talking to people on the reg, because I can listen to podcasts all day and not talk to anybody, but felt like I did at the end of the day because I'm absorbing other conversations, right? So it's one of those things where,
Right, Joe?
and
Rogan?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Had to be clear.
he seems to be like pulling, because his show's so big. It pulls a lot of important information right now, like in a weird way.
Yeah.
Even though it's like I have to remember it's still comedians usually talking on there, so you can't take everything as solid proof.
Yeah, he just got responsibility heaped on him. It's like, dude, sorry, but you now have the Spider-Man responsibility.
Ooh.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. I feel like that's a lifted quote from something in philosophy, but
I would guess.
but
I know it.
I know it
from
as a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
quote. So my thing is like, you know, even emailing people, just reaching out, going, "What's up?" Like, you're gonna get some people that own their own business that are starting to get into that email marketing thing. Have you been seeing a few more of those going up? Like,
What, people just, have nothing to do, so they're going to give that a shot?
they're like, "Yeah, this is the time to do it." Some of them are doing it well. Look, I'm be the first to admit it's hard to market your own business, your own brand. There's some weird hurdle with it that I definitely have. It's something to work through, but it's one of those things where I can kind of tell the frequency of these emails coming in. Like, you never really sent an email blast out the 4 years you've had this business, and now you do. Maybe it's using time.
I know, literally yesterday, I'm like, I need to remember to tell Nikki that we need to do some social media planning at this point. Like, just because things have been going good at the office until this shit happened, but we hadn't been engaging on social media as much, and it's like, oh, this is a good opportunity. I forgot until just now that I wanted to do that, but
so that's a good point. Even if things are going well right now for whatever business you're doing, or you're going to be able to ride it out, this is still a really good time to get as much planning done, content-wise, scheduling. Because marketing really, especially digital, it's all scheduling, it's all planning, and it's a lot of like upfront hours if you're an agency for a client, and then it's kind of keeping everything maintained. So to me, it's one of those things where y'all should use Social Pilot because they have a COVID-19 special for new, but you can only be a new member. So I don't know why I got it as a previous member, but I guess for this reason, it's instead of $50 for a small team subscription, it'll be $1. It does LinkedIn pages. It'll do LinkedIn profiles. It does Pinterest. It'll schedule. There's one more thing. It'll schedule Instagram, but that got kind of wonky a couple months ago because they just stopped letting a lot of social media managers.
Instagram, yeah, it's always been weird.
Yeah, so there's.
I'm gonna try to get us on IGTV too. By the way, while I'm thinking of that, that's like a thing I dove down that hole the other day.
IGTV.
Because they got weird file size restrictions, and we'd probably have to chop our episodes up in 2 pieces.
I was thinking about that for LinkedIn too. Like, we can chop this stuff up into thirds and upload it that way because they allow 10-minute videos. But if we maybe I'll look into restream again, and even if we do it like this, where it can just kick out to 5 different places at once.
Yeah.
Even if it's not live.
Yeah.
You know, because it'll just save you time.
Like, into the 10 minutes. Boom. There, I just did it for that one.
Well, and then I was also thinking about there's Vimeo Create that has templated videos. And since we have a Vimeo premium subscription, and what's good about that, and the thing I've been doing, speaking of like doubling down on the relationship marketing, that's gotten some good return, is I'm sending just selfie videos under 30 seconds for my kind of business development marketing, trying to,
Sending them where?
Well, I have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, but I found that if I send a personal message to the person I'm trying to talk to for business opportunity, and it say, "Hey, Carl, this is Law. You don't know me, but I'm been trying to call your office, set up a meeting. You know, this person said they were trying to introduce me to you. I don't know if that came through. That kind of thing. But now they have a face to it, and the fact." And what impresses them, though, a lot of the time, is
that you actually wrote it.
Is the live titles? Is that I shot a video.
Oh, I got you.
That is custom to them, from me to them, and it has like the captions on it.
Yeah.
And I try to put in good lighting and like make it a little legit.
Yeah, the captions are huge because lots of people, when they're just dicking around on their phone, sound is not on. You know, if you want them to watch the video, that helps.
Only 30 to 40% of people with social media have their audio, listen to the audio of the stuff.
Yeah.
Like when it pops up. So
if I left it on, it would be a shit show.
I get pissed
arrested
when I'm listening to something and I'm on Instagram and I do hear the audio of the video.
I know.
Like, I didn't put this on.
Sign up for this.
So there's like Social Pilot will help y'all as far as scheduling. It has a great timeline calendar and stuff. And look, this is a good time to write content. This is a good time to push content out there. How many people have hit you up about podcasts, starting their own podcasts? It's like, I mean, low barrier to entry, but
if you want to do it right.
Good luck. I need to get us on the community marketing I've been wanting to do for Sweat Equity, which is get either an open Slack group or work on a Facebook group or both somehow that are connected to get people that are listeners to be able to interact. Ask questions that maybe we can answer outside of the podcast. Or I saw our friends of the program, Something Planet. They've got a Facebook group that just sends the grossest memes to each other.
Dude, I was literally, that's what I was saying. It's like every time I'm on Facebook and something disgusting comes up, I know it's from the Something Planet
but that's great.
Facebook group.
I mean, that's great. That's awesome. I don't think
Still a Wild West.
I love it, but I don't think it would be super productive for this show. Even though there's a lane of that in there, I'm
Save
fine.
it for the fantasy baseball text thread.
Yeah, I'm saving it for
my dad.
Your dad that's in our fantasy league. That'll never happen anyway. No baseball, man. It's not going to happen.
I don't know. They might do a spring training style where they're going to have everybody either in Florida or Arizona. Now they're talking about, and then they're getting rid of like the leagues. So it's like you'd have the Grapefruit League and the Cactus League instead of AL, NL. Everybody's got a DH.
Well,
I'll take it, man.
Yeah,
Whatever.
sure. But I'm saying like, we were talking about this yesterday. Our former producer, John Paul, R.I.P.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have a sound drop for him. I kind of want to go through old episodes to find him.
Find out where he quits.
No, going like, I mean, like trying to ask a question and getting frustrated.
Yeah. Need that soundbite.
But the three of us were talking 6 feet away in an equilateral triangle yesterday out in John Paul's front yard, and it's like, my theory is that I think we're going to be having to be in this state of self-quarantine probably to the end of June, maybe July now, I feel like. But
Based on your scientific
no.
research.
This is just kind of instinct of how everything's going, and if you really think about how we have to be so diligent, proactive to eradicate it, right? And also maybe it buys time to maybe someone makes a vaccine or something.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, like, people
Necessity
are working on
breeds
that every
innovation.
day.
But I'm saying, like, here's where I'm going. Americans don't. If you look at the American personality, there's going to be at least 10% of Americans by June that are going to be like, fuck this.
There are already people
I know, but I think it's gonna be
gathering and protesting in front of a
Is that
government
Michigan?
building. It's more than one place, I'm pretty sure.
So I think that's gonna. So there you go. But that's a smidgen of people, right?
Right.
And I think it's gonna be a bigger swath of people pretty soon.
I could totally see it happening.
Because everyone's look. Not that I was like hooking up all the time around town beforehand, but the fact that you can't go out and maybe get some strange,
Right.
some puss.
I know. I was talking to
It's
Nikki
like,
about it.
made me like.
There's people who, they work in restaurants and then they go out and drink every night of their lives afterwards. And it's like,
Well, yeah.
those people are having some come to Jesus moments.
A lot of my
every
social life
day.
was doing stand-up shows sometimes. So it's like,
Yeah.
like, there goes that. So, by the way, shout out to Alex Abel that has a lunch pool. They did a open mic night stand-up show. I don't know how it worked. I said I wouldn't do it for that reason. I
Love
was like,
that.
I bomb on our podcast. I don't need to bomb in front of people on Zoom and see their fucking face. Apparently it went well. They had 50 audience members or something. Like,
I thought you were going to say performers.
no, you could go to. You had a comic at like, think of a map of a cafeteria, almost like a school cafeteria layout, and like you can get up and go to different tables as an audience member, and there's like a comic at each table.
Lording over each table.
I guess just like fucking vamping. I don't know, but not a bad idea. Not for me.
Online. Doing this online.
Yeah. But like to go pick where you're gonna go, you actually had like a virtual like table, bird's eye view of like tables.
Okay.
And you could pick a seat.
Okay.
Like online poker when that was big, you would go sit at a table virtually, right?
I never did that, but I
But you
believe
know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You could go like, okay, I'm gonna go play this. They would have like a graphic of
Yes. Very similar to this
gamer.
table, probably.
Right.
Sort of looking thing.
That's a cloud. I love this table.
You would.
It's their logo
it's
on a
pretty good.
table.
Yeah.
How could you not like it? But so it's that thing of like, oh fuck, I lost my train of
I
thought.
don't know where you're going with that.
What were we talking about?
Nobody tell him.
Call in.
We're talking about Alex Abel.
Oh, with lunch pool and stuff. No, before that.
Before that,
Yeah.
I'm good for one tangent back. Beyond
My
that,
tangents are crossing tangents.
cash is cleared.
What else? What else is going on that's pissing you off?
Well, I mean, we could talk about our interaction that we had, sales interaction.
Americans are gonna get pissed off. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
But
the end.
that's. I mean, we were pretty much done. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, we had another somebody looking for podcast production who
I thought
had
it
a
was
nice
like,
call.
I thought it was someone that needed just like a friend of a friend that was like at first that just needed like, hey, what kind of equipment should I get? So started talking to him, and then it was like, oh, he wants a more legitimate one.
Right.
Cool. Then we.
Because going into the call, I really didn't do much preparation. Like, I know what a lot of what I need to say is, like it's pretty standard at this point.
I should preface this real quick. We're only going to talk shit about it right now because because of the manner in which it went down.
Yes.
If you're good to us, we're great to you back if you want to hire either of us individually or as a team to do something for you. But when it's like, when you kind of get, how would you call it? It's not really roasted, but it's,
Examined.
no, I'd say like disrespectful, professionally disrespectful.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Well, I mean,
He's not going to listen to this. I'd be very surprised if he listens to
I
the
hope he
episode.
does. Maybe he learns a lesson. I
Sure.
mean, so it was a man. No, anyways, we had this conversation. It was in depth. He seemed to have his act together.
Wanted to get a big time, had a portal to getting big time guests. Doesn't have a show right now. Needed help getting it off the ground.
People clamoring to get to this guy.
Vetting 5 other production houses apparently that exist now that do this.
Right.
He wanted
None
us
of
to
them
handle
local.
the production and marketing aspect. Great. We can do all that shit because we've learned trial and error through doing this show. A lot of stuff that's going to cut a lot of fat. And we can do it cost effectively. We can do it guerrilla style. I doubt you find anybody that's going to give you a better value than what we're doing.
Right.
Because we're still actually having a show. So we still have empathy of the client too, ongoing.
But we have this conversation, it's in depth. He's, busting out all these deliverables he wants. We get off and I'm like, all right, man, I'm going to put some time into this. Something that it was good for me to do it in general, get things worked out in my head now that we're back in the studio and we kind of have things up and going again.
Yeah. Quotes are difficult with these because there's so many variables too. And then it's like scale, scope,
Sure. Location. How good do you want it?
Yeah.
Right. But I took some time, gave him, a very in-depth rundown, quote, all that shit. Mm-hmm. And then we get an email
like a
back.
CVS receipt.
Yeah. And we get an email back. Hey, I had an idea since we talked. What if you guys produce it for free so that you can be exposed to my network of big time guests, and then you can then produce their podcasts.
And I said the E word to us is like the N word to everybody.
Yes. Don't offer me fucking exposure. I'm 36.
You got gray
Get
pubes.
out of my face. Dude, I'm a man.
I've
I'm
got 3
40.
gray pubes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you?
Yeah. I brought it up on the show.
But I mean, by now you should have more.
No, they're just holding strong. They're all separated too, so they're just kind of.
Oh, they're like the guards.
They're like all over the place. Yeah.
But
My dick's a bummer statue to guard.
Yeah, the response you had to the guy was good though. It was like, if you want to have a professional relationship, make us a professional offer.
It took me 30 minutes to write that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good at writing copy. I'm very verbose. I've
Plus-
been getting dictating a lot, but I've been doing a thing that I said to you in Slack that if I'm pissed, I'll write the email or I'll write it out and then I won't send it. And
That's all you guys do good!
Meant to hit that one.
and send it later. So relook at it when you're not mad. If you have that kind of capability of following up with yourself almost, because I've done it where I've written it out, then cut it down, then didn't send it on accident.
Yeah.
So write it when you're
Did
pissed.
you get my shitty email?
Well, write it when
Oh,
you're
stand by.
pissed, and then be pissed at yourself for how did you get into this situation? Because I feel like I should have vetted a little bit more in a very concrete way. But my thing was you can only mitigate risk in that situation for us wasting time as far as that. And
I don't like to dwell on it. Like, you took this many hours from my life. Like, I'm not like that. It's just annoying. It's just like, dude, did you ever plan on,
right?
Like,
Are
did
you
you
a
ever
jabroni?
planning on paying anybody, or are you just banking on this one idea that you had?
Right. You might have a handful of quotes from other companies elsewhere, but were you actually planning on doing those?
Right.
Any of those 5?
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, what do we take out of it? Well, it got our shit together and getting quotes when this happens again.
Yeah.
We'll vet it better the next time. And then I don't take it personally, but I do get pissed about wasting time because if it's through a mutual friend that I feel like there's, that business professional respect there. And that's why I kind of even called in the first place, to go out of my way to help.
Was it? I mean, there was...
In my head, like, the initial call was me just trying to help.
Yeah. But I mean, in terms of vetting, there wasn't much more you should have even done. Like,
I could have been like, this costs money, right?
Well, no, I mean, he knew that.
It was implicit or assumed for sure, because we were talking about comparing us to anybody else, and it was like super expensive.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, that exposure thing. Look, if we were 21, sure, I probably would do it, because you fucking suck when you're 21. You have nothing going on.
Yeah.
You don't, and you need the experience. But at a certain point, what's the value of free? It's fucking zero. It's a fucking goose egg.
I know. It's like, who's to say every single one of these big time guests that want to do their own podcast aren't going to pull the same shit you just did?
By the way, I'm not going to bring up specifically how to get these big time guests, but it's pretty lofty how you have that connection. So
right.
It was like, okay, so you have a podcast that's not out there yet, has no brand yet, doesn't even have a name.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a name to follow. You don't have any followers personally. You don't have any kind of email list of any sort to start with. And then you're also wanting us to do, because to get it off the ground, probably that first month, that's going to be about, between both of us doing all those things, anywhere from 50 to 100 hours of labor in that first month, and then easily 20 hours monthly ongoing. So you're telling me that you're going to give us exposure on a thing that doesn't exist, that currently can't leverage off of anything else. Yeah. And the way you book big time guests is through some kind of flimsy portal that apparently you can get to celebrities, but I don't think they check it that much.
Yeah.
I think their PR company might.
Right.
But and then so you're not guaranteed to get any good guests.
No, not at all.
So, I like that Tony Robbins positivity kind of thing where it's like, and I'm not even mad. I'm like, good. Some people are just like that. I was like,
they got to win the deal.
There's some people that can't not, like, they have to get a discount or they have to get a deal on something, and that's fine. There's a group. There's a
I
third
married
of people,
one of those.
A third of people are like that. And when people haggle in front of me, I like crawl in my own asshole.
I know.
Well, it's like, oh my God, this is. But
give me money.
Sometimes I think our personality is in the wrong for not trying to do that. Sometimes.
Yeah, I know. There's definitely times where it's like,
it's good if you're married to someone that'll do it for you. Yeah. I need a Israeli chick. Get it down. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying my thing is that big lesson is, what is the value of free? And it's zero. So if people are hitting you up right now, almost like predatory loans out there going on, people are going to try to get work out of you for free right now if they know you're just sitting on your fucking hands at home. And so don't fall to that mistress of exposure, because here's two guys that have done it several times.
Right.
And it sucks.
I know. It's just the hope.
And if you're doing
like nothing real to actually hope about.
If you're younger and you're doing an internship, then get something out of it. When you do the internship, go, hey, can I get a letter of recommendation at the end of this? Or is that a possibility? Is there a credit? I think you have to have a credit in most states to have an intern from college.
Yeah.
And then, like, what skills am I going to gain at the end of this? At least you have something measurable, at least some return on your time. So
we ain't getting nothing out of that.
All right. That's been our podcast episode. Keep it. We're good, right?
Yeah.
All right. I didn't hear the music. So
I wanted
to
hear what you were going to say. Keep it what?
Keep it girthy.
What about my sweat
69B
equity?
to be out there.
Sweat equity.
Share, rate, review the show. Review us, and we'll review your brand or business back if you give us the link.
Oh, yeah. SweatEquityPod.com.
What about my sweat equity?
I'm out, y'all.